Avast ye salty sea dogs! Naofumi and his Lolicon crew battle against a group of ghost pirates. Or are they pirate ghosts? Prepare to set sail for adventures, my friends. It's time to take a look at another episode of The Rising of the Shield Hero. Spoiler warning now, go check out the episode, then come back to this review. This was an epic episode. It was another Wave of Destruction episode, which means it was visually very nice to look at. And in this episode, Naofumi reluctantly teams up with the other heroes to battle against a ghostly flying Dutchman, a massive kraken, and a giant monster known simply as the Soul Eater. Reviewing action episodes of any anime series is always really easy, because it's basically just an excuse for me to gush over all of the cool moments, but this episode certainly had a lot of really cool things going for it, like the fact that both Raphtalia and Philo actually get these accessories which enhance all of their abilities, with Raphtalia being able to enhance her mana, and Philo being able to move even quicker, and considering she already moved like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, that's pretty damned impressive. The first half of the episode is just exactly what you would expect, with Naofumi and his team saving some villagers, fighting against zombies, and also being impressed by this super badass martial arts woman, who's going to look immediately familiar to people who've been watching the show. She's actually that woman that Naofumi healed all those episodes ago, and apparently she's some sort of kung fu master, as she just kicks the shit out of all of these demons, which allows Naofumi and his team to realize they pretty much got this, let's go help out the other heroes. That's when we segue to this battle where we get to see this giant ghost ship which is just flying over the battlefield, which is surrounded by all of these giant kraken tentacles, and all of the other three heroes are currently battling against them, but they cannot seem to stop these warriors. That is until Naofumi jumps on board and schools them in the way of fighting against monsters. As you can expect, there's a tremendous amount of tension between the heroes, especially with Motoyasu, who still continues to be, I think, one of the biggest douches of the entire series. He just refuses to accept the fact that Naofumi is a hero and he knows exactly what he's talking about, even when he sees evidence presented right in front of him. Naofumi knows that in order to take these creatures down, they don't actually have to attack them, but actually their shadows. That's when he realizes that there's actually something else controlling all of these monsters, and it happens to be this giant ghostly beast, which is known as the Soul Eater, which I can't even possibly describe the thing. It looks like a monster out of Ghostbusters, just a giant ghostly fish-looking creature, which is incredibly powerful, so much so that all of the heroes have a really tough time of actually fighting against it. That is until Naofumi uses the power of his Curse series, which suddenly is interrupted when it's like inhabited by the power of that dragon zombie, which actually makes Naofumi get like this brand new berserker-looking armor around his body that's covered with spikes, and it also gives him a massive edge in battle. But it also comes with the added benefit of causing Philo to go batshit insane, having glowing red eyes, and even giving her even more powerful. But of course he remembers the promise that he made to his friends, and he's able to eventually go back to normal. What's really great about this battle is, one, visually speaking, it's pretty awesome and features some of the best animation that I've actually seen from the show thus far. It's also really cool to see all of the heroes actually working together, which I think is very appropriate considering they all need to back up Naofumi. I mean, he can protect them from just about anything, but they have the skills to bring these monsters down. But what's really cool is that Naofumi is actually able to unleash a brand new ability known as the Iron Maiden, which is exactly as the name would imply, a massive Iron Maiden which is able to trap this creature inside of it, shutting it closed, effectively allowing them to win the battle against this giant monster. It's really thrilling stuff, and most of the episode's drama comes from the fact that the heroes themselves simply just don't want to work with Naofumi, especially with Mine being there. Even when there's death at their doorstep and the villagers are about to be killed, she can't let go of her pride, and she simply just continues to want to make Naofumi look bad. I was hoping that someone would toss her over the side of the ship and the Kraken would eat her alive, but to no avail. But really, this episode, while it was action-packed and it was a really great demonstration of how the waves of destruction are becoming more powerful, really serves as more of an introduction to a brand new character of the series, one that was teased in the last episode, this elegant-looking woman who uses a fan. I'm not sure what her deal is, but she comes across as something of a villain, and she wants to challenge Naofumi personally. Basically, the real battle is about to begin. So what's the the rundown on this episode of The Rising of the Shield Hero. I'm always really excited when we get a Wave of Destruction episode, as one, they're the best looking episodes of the series, especially from a visual standpoint, the overall look of the sky and the giant vortexes of blue, but this episode really upped the ante by giving us some really distinctive looking enemies, and things that I honestly didn't expect to see from the show, such as a bunch of pirate skeletons flying in a ship surrounded by a kraken and being controlled by a giant freaking ghost. It was really cool, and I loved seeing all of the characters actually work together and fight. There were a lot of really great visual scenes, so if you have like a favorite character from the show, chances are they do something pretty cool in this episode. But again, it was Naofumi who ended up showing that he's the real hero of this world, being able to set aside his pride to work with these people, and of course showing them what it means to take down a monster. Of course, this came with the cost of him unleashing his curse series, which again looks really awesome, especially now that the dragon zombie has actually like transformed his overall armor, which I have to say was definitely, I think, one of the coolest moments from him in this entire episode. And I'm curious as to why Philo was losing control. It might have something to do with the fact that when she was swallowed by this thing, she actually was able to eat like a piece of its core as well. So she's sort of like connected to the power of the dragon zombie. I don't know, it's kind of strange, but it was really cool to see as it just, you know, intensified all of the action. As for the Iron Maiden ability, just visually, it looks really awesome. It's not like your typical Iron Maiden. This one is like absolutely massive. You could slap this thing on like the cover of a 1980s metal album and it would totally work, especially for Iron Maiden. But like I said, this episode was mostly just sort of an introduction to the brand new character of this woman at the very end of the episode, who has a really cool and visually distinctive design. I'm curious to see where her allegiances lie, as I can't quite say if she truly is a part of the Wave, or simply just a byproduct of it. Is she working for this evil greater force? Is she actually the leader of the Wave of Destruction in the first place? Why is she so interested in Naofumi anyway? All I know is I'm really excited for the next episode, as this is going to be the first Wave of Destruction episode, which goes into a two-parter, so that's definitely got me excited. So yeah, I actually really liked this episode. It was basically just a big action-packed battle with lots of cool ghost pirates, so what's not to love? I'm gonna give this episode a solid 5 out of 5. One of my favorite episodes of the series, one of the most visually distinct looking episodes of the series. It had drama, it had action, and like I said, it had fucking ghost pirates. What's not to love? So there it is. That's my thoughts on the episode. I'd love to get yours, however. If any of you guys did watch the episode, tell me what you thought about it in the comments section below. Did you have any favorite scenes from this episode? What did you think of the skeleton pirates, the Soul Eater, the Iron Maiden, and the introduction of this mysterious fan woman? What's her deal? Let me hear your theories and thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you all for watching this review. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay down there, baby.